Can you see everything?
Why is there a guitar back here anyway?
Well, so at one point I was going to try to learn, and it's just...
I just broke my sunglasses.
the guitar was back here because I was going to learn, but it's really difficult.
Oh, really? Learning an
instrument is so hard.
Instrument?
Did I say instrument?
It sounded like you said instrument.
Instrument.
Couple things I wanted to ask about because it's been probably just as long that I've been back here that they have.
Basically, I've cleaned up a lot. It doesn't look so much like a gross storage attic room. And I got pictures.
Yeah, the pictures look really good. I don't know if they can see them.
You can probably tell what they are.
Jenga. I don't know why that's
Jenga.
set up. I was going to ask about that. Were you planning on doing that today?
I mean, the option's here if you want to. I just thought, if there's a lull in the conversation, we could just...
Start playing Jenga. There'll probably be a lot of lulls. So main order of business is just figuring out what series we're going to watch. It's only been 2 months?
Yeah, for real. I don't really remember the series.
There's been a lot. There's a lot of things we wanted to cover today. Those are the main ones. It's just why videos are coming out a little slower. Because I can explain things from my end somewhat, but I can't speak for you. You know what I mean? I can't say things. So it's first I'd have no right to talk for you. It's so I can just kind of say things from my end. And it's still, I feel like there's just a lot of things that aren't being said. So that's one thing. And the other thing is just figuring out what series we're going to pick up full time. Which is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, that's kind of a big thing. We need to... So where do we start? Do you want to start with picking the animes?
Yeah, I guess that's the first order of business, is picking a next series. So you have the two more serious ones with Death Note and...
Parasite.
And then Full Metal Alchemist somewhere in between, I guess. The more comedic one should be One Punch Man and Mob Psycho. Yeah,
which I really liked both of those. I feel like One Punch Man, we had too many issues with the copyright. I don't know if that's just the first episode or...
Yeah.
I feel like taking on that one's going to be a lot harder.
Right.
But I don't know, with the two serious ones, I really, really liked both of them.
I
was very interested in the stories, and I wanted to...
I think it's also kind of important to pick one that's more it's hard to say, because you also want to pick one that the majority of people want to see too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's it'd be hard to pick one that's super obscure and be like, oh, we're watching Bunny Girl Senpai full time, and then people will be like, what? You know what I mean?
That.
So I feel like it's important to kind of hit that spot in between.
Yeah.
Of being...
Yeah, definitely. No, I get that. So I guess if we're going that way, I mean, I think that out of the two of those, then Death Note would be the one to...
Death Note's more popular, yeah. Which kind of stinks, because I love Death Note. I've already seen it, so I feel like it's the same situation with the Attack on Titan thing, where it's I've already seen it, so it's kind of I'm a guide to you. I'm not against that, because I want to see your your reaction to Death Note really bad. But at the same time, I liked Parasite, so I'd be 100% down to see that one.
Yeah, Parasite was really good.
But Parasite didn't seem like it was probably the least popular. Out of the Mob Psycho got the least amount of views, but I mean that came out at the time we stopped posting videos for 2 months. You know what I mean? So, or for 2 weeks we didn't post a single video. So
I think out of One Punch Man and Mob Psycho, I would go Mob Psycho. I think Mob Psycho beat One Punch Man for me. Because I like the humor and I like that one character. I don't remember his name. Reagan. Yeah.
I like Reagan. Reagan might turn out to be one of my favorite anime characters of all time when I start watching the series.
Yeah, no, I really
regardless of that, I'm gonna watch the series. I'm not waiting to react to that one if we don't. I'm just saying.
Same, Reed.
Sorry, Caitie, but if we don't end up picking that one up, I'm not gonna wait to react to it.
I'm not waiting
to watch it, is what I meant.
Yeah, no, so I think out of those two, then that one would win. And then Full Metal Alchemist. I don't know, because I really like that one too. I don't remember that one as much because it's been so long since we recorded that one.
It's been a couple months.
It's been a few months since we watched that. But I know I really liked it. So I think that I feel like we should watch the second episode now of all of these shows just so we can...
I can't do that again. It's been so long. If we decide to do that, I'm pretty sure that'd be an uprising. People would be like, we're done waiting, no more. I get those messages every day anyways, being like, you're taking too long to upload, I'm out. It's okay, I'm sorry, but it's just personal stuff that, it's a lot. And it's hard because...
It is a lot, and it's hard to talk about. Whenever we started, whenever we first posted the video and it started to blow up, I was kind of making a choice of how much of my personal life I wanted to put on the internet, because you kind of think about that, what you want to talk about and what you want out there on the internet, because that's weird. But at the same time, I also want to be an honest YouTuber and let people know hey, we're not posting videos because of this. Not just, we're going through some stuff right now, y'all. I feel because I don't like it whenever other YouTubers do that, because it always feels very, attention grabby. Whenever they're really there's just so much going on, and they just keep saying that, and you're okay, well, what is it?
Right.
I don't know, and so
No, I actually get that. I feel the same way. But like I was saying, I was talking to you beforehand. It's like, it's hard because like I said, I can only speak for myself. So there's situations where it's like, it's been 3 weeks since we did a video together, and it's like, oh, a video coming out tomorrow, I'm sure. And it's like, please say you can do a video tomorrow, Caitie.
Yeah.
And then something would happen or someone come up and it's like, oh, sorry, we didn't, still working on the video, running behind schedule or something like that. It's been a lot of that, like just kind of lying through my teeth and some things. Being like,
because I put a lot on you because you're the one getting all the direct messages and you're the one who's having to deal with people who are like upset about it or people who are asking questions about what's going on and why we're not posting. And
on the same hand, it's like, I know that it's too much to like, because this is it's really my channel. I do all the work for it, so it's kind of a lot for me just to kind of force you into it and be like, come on, we'll do this. Monkey.
Dance monkey.
Throwing peanuts at you from the corner. Like,
your long toes.
I don't like root beer.
Why are you drinking a root beer?
I don't know. It just was there and I started drinking it. Well, are you drinking Aftershock?
I am not. I am having a cherry vodka sour.
Oh, I hate vodka. What's wrong with you?
I like this. It's good.
I don't like vodka. I don't know. I'm not much of a drinker, period. I like weird stuff like Fireball and after like cinnamon.
Mouthwash.
Weird
no, I
stuff.
like cinnamon though a lot.
I'm not much of a drinker. I don't know. I'll drink occasionally. Like I come over here and have a few drinks, but I don't know.
Yeah, I like to try new things. I like to watch Tipsy Bartender and go buy $100 worth of liquors to make one drink that I'm never gonna make again. And then one time I tried to set a rum drink on fire, and Dylan got mad at me, and I'm not allowed to watch Tipsy Bartender anymore.
Because you're gonna light your own, make a Molotov cocktail.
Have you seen the ones where they light them on fire though? They're so cool.
No.
Anyway.
It sounds a little dangerous.
Especially when you've already had a few rum drinks.
So did you hear the fires in California were started
by a gender reveal party?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I didn't know that until the other day, and that's...
Anyways, anime.
back to picking a reaction. I think we're just trying to not pick a reaction, so we keep...
changing the subject.
This is a hard thing to do. Out of Parasite and Death Note, which one would you rather watch? I'm gonna say Death Note, I think. I think I've made up my mind, and I think that that's the one day.
I was gonna say Parasite.
Oh, really?
But I know the Death Note's more popular. So
I've been hung up on those two, I think, the most. Like, those two are the ones that I could not decide which one I wanted to see more.
Was your Death Note Parasite?
Yeah. But
that's
I feel like it could go either way, and I'd be okay with it. But
yeah, I feel like Death Note's probably the
Death
better
Note's
choice.
probably gonna be the popular
for two reasons.
one.
A, I really do not mind watching it again. I love that show, and I would really love to see your reaction to it.
Mm-hmm.
And B, because it's so popular, I know there's a lot of people that would want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's a good middle. It's like something we both want to react to.
Yeah.
It's something that people would probably want to see more of, versus Parasite, which doesn't seem like it has as big of a following. I would love to see it because I've never seen it before and I thought it was really cool. But
yeah, I thought it was really cool too.
Yeah.
I think I will still probably watch that one on my own time.
And then out of Mob and
One Punch Man, I would say Mob Psycho.
And then, well, it's really between Mob and Full Metal. I've watched.
So out of Mob Psycho and.
Well, I'll say this: I watched the first, I think, 4 or 5 episodes of Full Metal Alchemist, and I remember I just kind of was watching the side of my eye. But there was one episode that really made me go, "Holy crap, that's good!" Like, but then I don't know that I didn't, even though there was one right off the bat. But after that, I just didn't get into it. Mm-hmm. So I do think it would be a really good show, and I think it's one of those shows that the more it picks up, it gets a lot better. Yeah. Because at the start, it definitely seemed like it was going to be a good show, but it seemed like it was taking.
Well, I think I felt that way with Attack on Titan too. Like at the start, it was like, oh, okay, like it's going to be an alright show. Like I can kind of see where this is going. Yeah. And also, it was like, oh my god, where is this going?
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like that's going to be kind of the same thing with this one. Like I feel like it probably gets really good as it went on. Mm-hmm. But for the first few episodes I watched, it didn't necessarily grab me. But like I said, that really means very little, because I felt the same way about Attack on Titan that you feel about Attack on Titan. Yeah. It's just something that I started watching, I'm like, oh, it seems okay. I'll keep watching it. And then it became like a big ordeal. Yeah. So.
And then you can't stop watching it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when you're just marathoning the entire show.
Except for I didn't get to marathon the entire show. I had to watch
but
one
I don't
episode
think
a week.
Most people didn't. People had to wait several years to watch next season. I got into it later, so I got to watch seasons 1 and 2, and then right in time for. I waited like a month for season 3 to come out and watch it. So,
oh, wow.
And that 1 month between season 2 and that 1 month between me finishing season 2 and season 3 coming out was like torture. Although it was really weird because the first episode I watched, I was so ready for it to come out and premiere. I watched it on TV. Watched it. It came out on Adult Swim. So I remember I recorded it because I don't know who watches cable anymore.
TV?
I know. Like, it's the weirdest thing. I never watch TV normally, but I recorded it and because I had to work. And then I watched it, and it was dubbed. And it was the only episode I've ever seen of the show that was dubbed. And it was really weird, all the voices being different and stuff.
Yeah, because you get used to them being a certain way and sounding a certain way.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think that kind of, like, soured it a bit for me. I'm like, this is weird. Not saying the dub of the show is necessarily bad.
But it's weird whenever you've been watching the sub, and then you get used to their voices.
Yeah, I don't know. Attack on Titan just seems like one of those shows that I couldn't do. But at the same time, I didn't start watching it dubbed. So.
Yeah.
But, okay, like Dragon Ball, I only watch Dragon Ball dubbed. And I've tried to watch it in sub, like the original Dragon Ball, and it's like, I can't do it because I'm so used to the voice actors' performances and stuff are just in, like, you know what I mean? Like, you just get so used to them yelling and, like, their sounds. Like, when you watch it in sub, it's like, it's hard to get used to it because it's so completely different.
I say that like I know. I don't know. I'm just... I'm like, yeah, oh my gosh, it's so
but I
different.
know you know that. I know you have to understand.
Yeah,
it's
no,
like,
I get
imagine
it.
watching whatever show you watch, The Office, and then you watch the Japanese version, the sub of The Office, and you're like, this isn't... I don't know, what shows do you watch? That's all I know you watch is Office.
I started watching Glee, but I don't really like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really cheesy. Like, I don't know, their songs and the way that they dance and do things, I'm just like, but I can't, I'm just kind of...
Well, the same thing with Godzilla movies. They said Godzilla movies aren't cheesy.
They're cringe.
No, they're not cringy either. They're awesome. This is the stupidest thing ever, but whenever we watch Godzilla movies, I would watch them obviously dubbed because that's the only way you could really watch them. Whenever I watch Godzilla movies, I watch them on VHS tape. That's the only way
Do you still
can
have
find
a
them was
VHS player?
Tape. No, but I have all my Godzilla movies that I collected from thrift stores and stuff. This is before, I'm talking like I'm like 30, 40 years old. Before the internet, you had to go to the Blockbuster and find these movies on VHS tape. No, I don't know. I just found them at thrift stores and I collected them. That's how I watched them was on VHS.
We used to go to garage sales and thrift stores all the time.
Practically every day, our mom was going to a thrift store. We had a couple thrift stores in town, and we'd like make rounds and hit them all.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
A lot. It was. You'd always
garage
find all
sales
kinds of
and
crap.
garage thrift stores were freaking great because you could always find old video games that no one cared about anymore. But I love. That's how I got into classic video games. Yeah, Ataris. Like that's how I got into like old video games was that we found like all the old video game consoles like the Atari, the NES, the SNES. Like we always find all these old game systems.
And then we can find the games and all that.
Yeah, one guy gave us a Super Nintendo with a bucket full of games and like expensive good games like Super Mario World, Super Metroid, like all like old like nice games, a desk and a TV for $20.
Yeah.
Like
I barely remember that, but yeah.
You would never know that if you didn't have to stop by this thrift store. This guy was just trying to get rid of this stuff.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Whenever I was like, I don't know, I was like 8 or 9, I guess. Whenever I had a pet potbelly pig, okay? And I was obsessed with this pig. And she was the greatest pet I ever had in my life. Well, I decided that I wanted to redo my entire room, and I wanted to redo it in pigs. That was all I wanted to do. That was what I was obsessed with, was pigs. And at the time, back whenever we were younger, like, we didn't have a lot of money, so it wasn't like we could just, you know... And plus, like, who sells just pig stuff? You know what I mean? So we went to a garage sale, like, literally that weekend. And the lady there, I guess, had, like, collected all of these, like, they were, like, piggy banks and figures and, like... there was a big thing of fabric that had pigs on it, and she sold it all for like 25 cents a piece. So we loaded up on all of this stuff, and my mom, she made pillows out of the fabric for my bed. I remember I had like 4 or 5 like pig pillows on my bed, and I had a shelf that had like these like little piggy banks and little figures. And...
I don't remember that.
You don't remember?
No, I remember you being into pigs.
Yeah.
And I remember you because you had this potbelly pig that you bought and that you freaking loved.
I loved her.
But I don't remember you like being obsessed over it.
Yeah, no, I had all of the pig stuff. I wanted my room done in pigs so bad.
That's such a random, stupid
I know,
thing.
right?
I want my room done in pigs. Country white trash. Like,
for real. I loved it. It was so great. I still have, so there in my living room on my entertainment center, there's a gray like ceramic pig that has like wings. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That was in my room whenever.
Oh.
I still have him. There was another one too, but I think I broke him.
No, I remember you went to like the whole Lord of the Rings phase. You were like obsessed with
pigs and Lord of the Rings. That was about the same time, I think.
Yeah, I remember you had your whole, what is it, your room? I know you had the computer and you kept changing the wallpaper to Legless.
Yeah.
Because you're obsessed with Legless.
Yep, that was my man. I was gonna marry Legless. Not Orlando Bloom, just Legless.
No.
I didn't care about him. I wanted to live in Lothlorien. ran.
Your obsession with that movie was...
Oh, it went off the deep end.
Yeah. You knew all the trivia and facts. You would talk about certain scenes, what the actors were doing in certain scenes.
At one of the thrift stores we used to go to, there was a trivia game that was Lord of the Rings. What is that?
Trivial Pursuit?
Yeah, something like that.
Pursuit,
and it was Lord of the Rings, and I literally had memorized every single card because I would just read them, and so I had everything memorized from that game.
I've never read the books. You read the books. You read the Hobbit.
I did read the books. I loved the Hobbit. The Lord of the Rings books were harder to get through because they were a little more.
But did you read them all?
Yeah.
You ended up reading? I thought you said you stopped reading.
No, I had ended up finishing them. But they were harder to get through than the Hobbit was. I don't know. I think the Hobbit was there was more going on. It was a little more humorous. And Lord of the Rings, I felt like it was dragged out a lot in the books.
Wow.
Which is weird because I know people are going to hate me.
No, to be fair, I loved Lord of the Rings. And from little I read, it seems like the stuff they decided to cut out was good. Because it's hard. It's ridiculously difficult to cut a book down to a film because there's so much you got out of it. But I feel like Peter Jackson did a great job.
I agree. No, I think he did very good.
To cut out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and still keeping really well. The good stuff in the stories.
I skim read the books. I'm not going to sit down and read them. I did the same thing with the Game of Thrones books, or the Song of Fire and Ice, whatever. Ice and Fire. I don't know.
Song of Ice and Fire?
That's the series, is the Song of Ice and Fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Game of Thrones is just the name of the first book.
What?
Your husband read all the books. I bought him those nice collections.
Oh, no, he did read those, but he never told me that.
Yeah, that's the series, The Song of Ice and Fire.
So I feel like the box that those books are in just says Game of Thrones, so I just thought that...
It probably did, because Game of Thrones is so popular.
That's what they know it from. People are going to be like, what the heck is Song of Ice and Fire?
And I had to buy those, because it's stupid. If you want to buy the Game of Thrones book, books now, it's always Game of Thrones on the front part. It's always pictures from the show. It's that just feels so cheap. It's no. I don't have anything against the show. I think the first 4 seasons of the show is really good. But it kind of goes downhill for me. I never finished the last 3 seasons.
Funny story, I watched the first couple of episodes of the first season. And then I got a dog and I named her Khaleesi. And then I got 2 cats and I named them Sansa and Arya. So everyone thought that I was a really big Game of Thrones fan because I had all these animals that were named after the show.
Yeah.
And I've watched the first couple of episodes and I've never
touched it again. It's so sad what happened to that show. Now, to be fair, I haven't finished it, so I have no comments on season 8. Everyone talks so much about how horrible the season was. I never finished it, so I can't really say anything. Well, here's what happened. It's that everyone was talking about how great the writing in Game of Thrones was. But Game of Thrones is just going off the books, you know what I mean? But then it got past the books, and they had to do their own thing, and I think that's when the series kind of started going downhill for me, when they kind of did their own thing.
Yeah, that's what do you do? They should have waited until the show after the author was finished with all of his books.
I guess so, yeah, but George R. R. Martin's been pushing this next 2 books out for 5 years now. He's oh, it's coming out this year.
Same thing we've been doing with our videos.
He's just dragging this out, milking every last cent he can out of this.
We're just ready to read the books, you know? Get your personal life out of it. Ouch. I hurt my own feelings.
I know, that's been a little too close to home. I don't read very often, and when I do, it's it's an event though. Whenever I read a book,
you sit down and read.
All I'll do is just read that book until I finish it.
Yeah, see, I used to read a whole lot, and now it takes me so long to get through a book. I feel because I have I'm so busy all day. I'm just such a busy person.
I have a one-track mind. If I'm doing something, it's all I'm doing that day. Like I said, if I'm working on a video, I'm just working on a video, period. It's if I'm going to play a video game, I'm just playing that video game. Nothing else is getting done until I finish this game.
See, and that's not me. I'm so distracted with everything. And so it's I'll sit down to read, and I'll read pages, and it's I really got to watch this.
If I'm watching right now, if I'm watching a show or an anime, or a series, anything I'm watching, that's all I'm watching until I finish it. So it's my Xbox or whatever, my PlayStation, whatever I'm using, it's getting taken up with that show, period. So I'm not flipping off it. I'm just going to stay on that one thing. I'm not taking the disc out and changing the disc out. That's got to be finished before I change the disc.
No, see, I'm such the opposite. I have 6 or 7 shows that I've tried to start and watch all at once, and I can't.
I have so many shows.
I have 3 books that I've started.
Oh, I
have one in my car that I take to work with me. There's one next to my bed, and there's another one that I just read whenever I feel
Yeah, I have so many shows that are just on my list to watch. So many different series, so many different mangas that I want to read. That's
There's just not enough time for all of this.
Yeah, I know. It's I gotta do one thing at a time, and my list is just stacking up.
Yeah.
And it's always something useless. You still haven't changed that smoke alarm? Caitie, how long has it been since we did a podcast? The smoke alarm is still beeping.
Like 3 months.
Dear Lord, put batteries in it. So if your house catches fire, what are you gonna do?
I have other smoke alarms. I don't just have one.
Doesn't the beeping get on your nerves?
I've
been here for like 30 minutes and the beeping is driving me crazy.
So I'm just kind of used to it now. It's just...
I forgot what I was saying.
Oh, we were talking about...
Anime. Which series are we gonna pick up next?
Should we draw from a hat? No, because then I feel like we're gonna draw something and be like, I was kind of hoping it was gonna be this one.
Yeah, I feel like we should just kind of rip the band-aid off and just kind of decide.
Okay. So I think we can take One Punch Man out.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay with that.
That's the main issue I have right now, is that there's a reaction channel that I used whenever I first started making reaction videos. There is one channel I picked out channels to kind of follow to figure out how they did reaction videos and how I could do it. Mm-hmm. One of them was called It's a Primate, and his channel just got taken down. So he had to go back to his backup channel, and it sucked because he had went full-time in the YouTube thing, and then his channel gets deleted, and he always trying to move everything over to his backup channel, and it's really stressful, and you can tell that's a lot.
Yeah,
because I mean, this
hard.
guy, his videos are very well done, and he edits his own videos and stuff, and they're very well done. Like, he puts a lot of work and a lot of time, a lot of effort into his videos, you can tell. And that's what I'm just kind of nervous about. Yeah. So it's like, when it comes to videos like this, it's like, I feel like we need to take the safest route as well. So when it comes to One Punch Man, I'm very skeptical on it. It's like, that's the whole problem.
We had so many problems with the first one.
That's the whole issue I have, and the whole thing that's just scaring me out doing reaction videos, period. It's just that, you know what I mean? The whole channel just getting deleted like that. And if it does, we're using your channel as a backup. Subscribe
to me just in case Jackson gets taken down.
It'll be in the pinned comment.
So One Punch Man is down.
Whenever the podcast comes out, and I'll pin your comment, and then just go subscribe to her, and that'll be our backup channel. So I think,
Hope you're staying positive and testing negative. It's my COVID safe comment. I think that out of I'm gonna say that.
What's the next one you're taking out?
The next one I would want to take out is probably Full Metal Alchemist, because I feel like out of the last 4 that are on there.
Okay, let's talk about theme songs.
Oh, let's talk about theme songs.
Which was your? I think.
Parasite was my favorite theme song. I think.
I forgot Parasite's theme.
Oh, girl, we're gonna look this up.
Yeah, okay, I remember this. Okay, pause it. Okay, so that's a great intro.
It was great. Okay, so out of the 4 that are left, I'm taking out Full Metal Alchemist, because I think that out of those 4...
Oh, but that intro song is so good.
I don't remember that intro.
I think you had said you didn't like it that much, but I loved it.
I think I liked all of the...
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember this one. I said it didn't get me hyped. Wow, why did I say this didn't get me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
and then she starts rapping towards the end of it. Not rapping, but talking faster. Singing faster? I don't know.
Okay. So now we're down to 3. Mob Psycho, Parasite, and Death Note. I was thinking Death Punch. I was like, I know that's not.
Punch Man.
That's not right. Do you think that Death Note's going to get us more trouble with copyright because it's more popular?
Maybe? I mean, but I don't know. We didn't have a problem with the first one. And there's a lot of Death Note reactions, which is why I was assuming it'd be safer. Because there's a lot of Attack on Titan reactions. And Season 3 was trouble with copyright, but it was never like...
Everything else was...
Basically, with YouTube, they would block it in most countries, which is like always like the big countries. So it's like, oh, it's available in Portugal, but then you just have to go in there and then cut out the parts they wanted you to cut out, and then it would repost.
Okay.
So it was never that big of an issue, except for a couple episodes which I had to repost, like completely re-edit and re-upload. But so I don't know. I don't think Death Note's too difficult. I could watch any one of those. I think the only problem with One Punch Man is the only thing I'm nervous about would be copyright, and with Mob Psycho, it's just a matter of where we can find it subbed.
Yeah.
Probably. Although at this point, I liked the dub, so.
I feel like I wouldn't like Reagan's voice if it was different now than what I know him and love him.
I know. Yeah, once you hear it one way, it's like, oh, I don't know if I can get used to that any other way than what I just heard.
Watching comedy ones are a lot harder because we don't talk very much through them. We're more just distracted by laughing and the funny stuff that's going on. Whereas with the more serious shows, we can kind of figure out a theory and try to figure out what's going to happen next.
And I know there's a lot of people that talk about how laughing is a reaction. Mm-hmm. I just don't feel that way.
I don't feel that way either. It's just us laughing at a show. It just feels
uncomfortable. Like, whenever we're just watching something that's funny, it makes me feel uncomfortable because it's like, we're not adding anything to this.
We're just laughing
at it. I know people are like, but laughing's a reaction. I'm like, well, it's not enough to warrant us watching it if we're just laughing at it. You know what I mean?
Also true.
So
I guess we can go ahead and just roll Mob Psycho out.
I guess
we'll go ahead and take it off. We gotta make a decision, man. We're running out of time. We're already at like 45 minutes over here.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so now we're down to Parasite and Death Note, which I love both of these shows very much. And I have a feeling that whichever one we don't watch, I'm probably gonna watch the other one on my own time. So I think with Death Note, it's more popular, and I feel like there's a lot more people who know the show and would want to see a reaction to it. But also Parasite, I really liked the story, and I really liked where I could kind of think where it was gonna go.
Yeah.
And I really want to see what happens to that guy's hand.
Yeah.
Also, I kind of want one. You have nothing. This is all gonna be up to me now.
I would probably. Yeah, no, I feel like I'm the same way. Like, I would watch either of them. Like, I feel like out of all these, like, I just wanted to watch them all in my own time period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like every one of these every one of these shows that we've reacted to, I've liked a lot. And there wasn't one show that I was like, that one just wasn't really that great. I don't know, I didn't care for that one. It's like everything I've really liked and like really wanted to watch. So it's really hard to try to narrow it down to one show that I thought was better than the rest.
I'll say this, so why don't we start with Death Note?
Okay.
And then if we want to...
Maybe.
Well, I know
but by then Attack on Titan Season 4 is going to be out.
It's not going to come out till December.
Yeah, but we're already middle of October.
Oh. I don't know. I'll just say we can pin... Now we're doing this full time. Maybe we can stick Parasite on pending and just kind of see what's going on with Death Note and then kind of go from there.
Okay, so we're gonna do Death Note then.
I guess so.
All right, I guess.
How do you close this off?
How do we close off a podcast? Thank you guys so much for watching.
I just cut it off. Just randomly, just goes the
just like in the middle of my